listeners. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday
at 9 a.m. This is a whole hour of Santa Barbara Teen Athletes. And all those people and businesses that support those teen athletes. Oh, dear. You wouldn't believe what I got done this last week. I got a full haircut on all my trees, okay? I'm not kidding you. When you have those big female ash trees, and I have like 3 of them on my property, and they haven't been done, and I've been neglectful for like 3 years. And let me tell you something. If you want to get some satisfaction, you got to call Action Tree Service. Woo! That's right. You know, I got to say, I've been using Eric and Debbie for, I don't know. I could say I lived there almost 30 years.
3 years.
No, it's been 87, so almost 30 years, okay? And that's what I like to say. I mean, 55, you know, when you graduated from Westmont when you're 21, and now you can say, oh, I've known this person for 20. Dominique, I've known you for 20 years! You know what I mean? Woo! Dominique Hackett! What are you going to do? So it's nice when you're like looking back on, Terri Cooper wants to say something. Dr. Energy, she looks like shocked what? You got emoji face.
I have an emoji face.
What?
But it's a thinner emoji face.
I know, serious. You're looking good.
Thank you.
Put your hands together. Man, you're looking good.
The reason they're saying that is because I'm telling them to. No, it's because I've lost 24 pounds so far. So that's good.
Was there like an aha moment where you said today's the day, or how? I mean, you know when people look back.
No,
when
I'll
they
tell you. You want to know how it happened?
Yeah, I want to.
Well,
no, I'm asking.
A lot of people were saying, "Oh, please, Terri, you know, you need to do this. You're really, it's not healthy." And one of my clients hugged me, which was very nice, and he whispered in my ear, "Please,
you're fat.
Please."
No, I'm just saying.
You took my moment. I was having a Reader's Digest moment.
What?
I was emotionally into it. And yes, stomped on it like a grape.
I'm sorry. No,
that's okay. That's instant karma because I do that a lot.
No.
Okay, the client was hugging you, whispering in your ear.
He was whispering, "Please lower my rates." No, he said, please take care of yourself.
Aww.
And I thought, if somebody cares that much, do it. And that's when I started. So that's my story.
Yeah, very
and
nice.
You're sticking to it?
I am.
That was really sweet. That was a really caring gesture on his part, actually.
Dr. Tiffany's in the house.
Yo.
My vet. You know, I told you this before mics were up. I don't know why I've not seen it before, but maybe I didn't want to click on it or whatever. I don't know. But you have the cutest little
Pet minute.
See, I was going to get there. Pet minute. Okay, and it was really good.
Thank you. Yeah,
I was a brilliant idea.
Thank you. It was one of my dream ideas. One of those things I conjured up a couple of years ago, and felt like it was such a great contribution to people, where you just have a quick snapshot of something they can go home and use right away.
Right.
Information about their pets. It's called the Pet Minute, and actually, it's all on YouTube.
Nice.
Yeah.
Share the last week's. It was really good. I thought it was amazing. Do you want it? Sure.
The last week's?
Yeah.
I don't know. We don't track I don't track the order that they're in. I have.
Okay, share any pet minute.
Well, there's one of our really fun ones is thinking outside the box, you know, how to help your cat find his way back into the litter box because there's a problem. And usually people wonder why they're all of a sudden going outside of the box. And sometimes they think, he's mad at me. You know, he's trying to give me a message. Well, a lot of the times he's actually truly giving you a message, but it's a physical one. Mm-hmm. He's not that calculated. And cats, though, they're very intuitive, as a word you would use, as far as they know that they'll surely get their owner's attention if they go on their favorite piece of furniture or in the bathtub or the sink where they can see that there's blood in the urine. Or sometimes they'll go because there's an outdoor cat starting to make faces at them and stressing them out and then hiding when the owner comes around so they don't know. These are different reasons why the cat might be going outside the box.
And if you don't address that, I mean, I had a cat who was doing that and had never done it before, and I thankfully took him to the vet, and he had a blocked ureter, and a lot of times cats have too high, and male cats have too high in ash content. Isn't that correct?
Well, so it's actually...
And it blocks their ureter with crystals.
Right, so it's the urethra that it blocks, and it's the little tiny, weeny, teeny urethra that's smaller than the diameter of a pin on male cats. Who designed these cats? I mean, think about it. What can fit through that thing, right? So basically, they get crystals, and what would be
Donald Trump?
Ooh, ouch! No politics on this show. Okay. And what would be like a little crystal for a female cat and make a little infection will actually act like a cork in a male, and you cannot see it, folks. So what will happen? All of a sudden, your boy cat goes from straining a little bit to curling up under the coffee table and dying within 24 hours. So it's really important that you check that when he's acting weird in and around the litter box, especially if it's a boy. Thank you.
Thank you so much for saying
Thank you.
Really.
Go, Dominique.
Well, you know what? Our pets help us stay healthy. They give us a chance to unstress. So having an intimate relationship with your pet and knowing the health of
But
your pet.
not too intimate.
Oh, right.
Love your pet, but don't love your pet.
It's really wonderful. Well, I took the survey on the internet. It was looking at your age, your health age compared to your physical age. Do you know you get 10 years if you have a dog?
Right, and stop smoking at the same time, right?
Exactly.
It is true. Cardiovascular health and wellness has been measured. They actually lower blood pressure. It's like take one dog and call me in the morning kind of thing. So it's
And
great.
if you have 2
well, then your blood pressure goes back up again.
and 6 cats,
Dominique Hackett. Woo!
Good morning, Erica.
So talk to me. You always got something insightful.
You know what? I haven't talked about this for a little while, but it's a really important thing to remind people about. Smiling. It is so important for us to smile. Smiling connects the neocortex. The neocortex is our new brain. So our old brain is all about, are we safe and are we surviving and what do we have to do in order to make sure we survive? But our new brain is about relationships and forming relationships. And especially for kids and athletes, when we're trying to learn something new, a new skill or new words, being great students, it's really important to smile. So if you're sitting in your class and you are smiling at your teacher and saying, I love English, I love calculus, I love government, whatever your class is, if you're saying that to yourself, you're literally helping yourself get a better grade.
and you use fewer muscles to smile than to frown.
Hey, and it makes you look younger. But in all honesty, I've noticed that when you smile more, and I've done it experimentally, not only are you happier doing whatever job you're doing, but other people smile with you. They smile back. You have better relationships with your clients. So that's a great benefit.
They've actually seen biologically or physiologically that smiling is contagious. And that though it's like a meme and it affects that person to the same level that it affects you. So smiling just helps the whole planet.
You're going to have to
lighten up.
define for me what I keep hearing the word, especially in computers.
Meme?
What does the word meme mean?
Mean? What does meme mean?
Yes.
I don't know, but I've used it. it's a thing. It's like a virus that people catch, except it's a good thing. A meme is like something you repeat.
Okay.
This is a lousy definition, but it's the closest you're going to get from me, and maybe someone else knows it
We're all
better.
going to look it up on Dr. Google.
Fantastic. All right, who else do we have in the house? Victoria Juarez. Woo! Girls Inc., how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me back every month.
Okay, first of all, you're a co-host.
I am. I know. And she never kicks me out.
I know. You're a
Right
co-host.
on, right
you got
on.
a big job in this town, okay? And I love Girls Inc. And you're in charge of the Carpinteria, right?
The Carpinteria brand.
Nice.
We serve girls K through 12th grade, and we recently held an event, and Dr. D was there, actually. Thank you so much for coming out and
Dr.
supporting
D
us.
was in the house.
Let me tell you something. We did not just come to this event, okay?
Yep.
We walked away with a beautiful painting,
Nice.
an orchid
Nice.
in a pot. that
An
was sitting on
orchid,
the-
can you keep those alive? Because I
My
cannot.
wife can keep them alive. Oh, she's unbelievable. And then we also won the auction for dessert. Although we couldn't stay, we had to get home. But it was fun. It was what was so cool was, of course, it was right inside the giant orchid greenhouse. And they had the orchids all along one side. It was beautiful.
Westerly
Nice.
Orchids,
Good.
actually,
Fantastic.
they donate the venue every single year. And as you know, venues are very expensive, so we're very grateful for that.
Fantastic.
But we had a great event, and we raised a record amount of money. So thank you to everyone
Nice.
who came out and supported.
And when we try to blow things up, it works.
That's right.
Santa Barbara's the place when it comes to events. Probably the most giving
Yes, absolutely.
place in the planet.
Little town on the planet.
It is the biggest little town in the planet, and very grateful we are to be able to be so blessed to be able to live here. We also have in the house Ronnie Shahbazian. Woo!
Hey guys, thanks for having me again, Erica. I really appreciate being able to be here. And segueing from a great event, we just completed an amazing event, the Moving Wall. The Moving Wall just was here. It is now left. It was here from October the 12th through the 17th with a commemoration dedication on the 15th. There was probably about 150 motorcycles that made their way from... It was a short trip, but it was from the Bird Refuge to Chase Palm Park, where the dedication ceremony was held. This event was hosted by Santa Barbara Veterans Foundation, and it was sponsored by the VVA of Santa Barbara as well. So it was an amazing event. And of course, November the 12th at the Carriage Museum, the 4th annual Salute to the Vets.
Yeah, we all have to be there.
It's going to be an amazing event with a lot of great vendors. We know that Teen Sports Radio is going to be there and try and conjure up about 20 spots, but we'll make sure that it all works out. And there's a pinup girl contest. We're going to have the Dusty Jugs and the Rincons are going to be there.
From Carpinteria, right?
It's going to be an amazing event. We look forward to everybody coming out and enjoying some great food by the Organic Soup Kitchen is providing the food for us. And we're looking forward to a great day and raising some money and being able to take care of our local veterans organizations. This year, we're very proud. We received some money from the Chumash Nation. We're going to use that money for our first annual. We're sponsoring a scholarship for a local veterans dependent. So we're pretty proud about that, as well as some of the many other things that we're doing. So we're pretty happy.
So can we do a pin-up dogs contest? I think that would be great since veterans benefit so much with PTSD and all that from therapy with dogs. I think we should do that.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Brilliant idea!
I think.
Who let the dogs out?
I think I'm gonna put you in charge. Put you in touch with Jenny Newton and Athena Henson because they're running the pinup contest.
Yeah.
So maybe each pinup girl can walk out with a dog or something. I like it. It's a great idea.
We can't say that on the radio.
All right. Hey, let's talk about all of this at break. All right. We've got a lot of show today, folks. Thank you for tuning in. This is Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. We'll be back with more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday
at 9 a.m. Terri Cooper, where else can you find us?
Oh, gosh, where can you find us? You can find us on Twitter, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, online at Teen Sports Radio, and at the radio station, AM 1290. KZSB. And look in the sky. We have a big, beautiful sky airplane guy writing our name across the sky, even as we speak. Look up, everyone.
What is she taking? I don't. What is
so funny? So funny. I know, really.
See in the sky.
Definitely.
Are you eating that sourdough bread?
Exactly. Well, we're going to get to the sourdough bread, but
hey,
I grabbed my acupuncturist, Charlie Sciutto. Put your hands together. I just had a treatment before the show today, and what he's going to be doing, he's taking over Mary Scoran's practice, and Dominique and I know Mary for almost 30 years now. Put your hand. I love you, Mary. All right.
Hey.
All right. So,
thanks,
Charlie.
Erica, for having me. I appreciate it.
Charlie, how are you?
I'm
you
excellent.
Nervous?
Yeah, sure.
How do you like your shirt?
Thank you. I'm going to wear that as soon as I go home.
I think the green is in your color wheel.
Almost goes in my eyes.
That's awesome. That's beautiful.
That's funny.
That is so cute. All right. So, I know, Mary and I, and gone back for many, many years. Tell us how you got become an acupuncturist and how you got into business.
Yeah. Well, I have a background in nursing as well as acupuncture, but my wife and I actually had a little 6-bed nursing home for about 13 years. And a lot of the Western treatments that were being applied to assist them with anxiety, pain, and multiple issues that they would have was just coming up short consistently. So acupuncture was not something that I personally had an experience with to begin with, but I just knew that there had to be something better for these folks. So that got me interested in the acupuncture program at which used to be here in town. And so I went ahead and got started with the program. I fell in love with the medicine. The school unfortunately did close when I was more than halfway through. I got to finish the program by being an resident apprentice with Mary Scaran, and that was a 3-year experience. It was just a wonderful exposure to how the medicine can really change people's lives for the best. And I just really like the idea of helping people get to a better state of health, relieving them from pain, and it's a very positive environment there. So I've been there now a couple weeks coming back, and I'm going to be taking over the practice that she's just built and helped so many people over the 25 to 30 years that she's been doing it. And so I'm very fortunate, and I'm looking forward to maybe having, we are going to have an open house. I just throw that out there. So please, anybody come by. That'll be November 12th, Saturday, 3 to 6.
It's going to be food there? It's going to be food?
Absolutely. There will definitely be food.
Do you do herbal therapy? Do you guys do herbal formulations?
Yeah, that's one of the things. Between the time that I did my apprenticeship with Mary and I worked for a nursing company in the meantime, I spent a lot of time getting to learn a lot more about pulse taking.
Yes,
and
very complex.
Which is, it's an unending learning experience, but that's what I use to guide herbal formulas and prescriptions of them. So it's definitely very individualized, and yes, we have a full granular herbal pharmacy there in the clinic, so we're happy to dwell and work with a lot of internal issues with that.
Charlie, since we lost Dr. Hahn, he had a wonderful pharmacy.
He sure did.
And it was a large pharmacy, and it's good to hear that there is another Chinese medicine pharmacy in town. I've always been curious about why the effects, what are the effects of using moxa? Why do you use moxa, and also cupping? Could you talk to us about that? I've often seen it, I've had it, but I really don't know the reason behind it.
Sure.
Thanks.
Just to step back one step from that, most of the disease processes that we see on a cellular level are from some kind of blood flow stagnation. Something is blocked, and with that blockage comes diseases, comes pain. And so in acupuncture especially, we're looking to improve oxygenation, blood flow to that affected area through the acupuncture. And when you have stagnation, you often have other areas of the body that are not getting sufficient blood flow as well. So moxa improves warmth to an area that's not is undernourished by blood flow. Cupping, what it does is it brings blood stagnation that is in a muscle, typically that's where it's done, to the surface so that the body can circulate it out.
That's Michael Phelps right there.
There it is. Yep.
Okay.
Yep, absolutely.
What causes
that? I'm ready.
Absolutely.
Charlie, this is Ryan.
Hi, Ryan.
I'm scared of needles. Do I have a chance in your office?
Yeah, actually, the majority of the clients that get acupuncture do really well. They're small little filaments. Once they do get to the spot, there is a little sensation that you get, but really people fall asleep.
I have
just
to
take a nap while they get acupuncture, so it's very relaxing. And most people tolerate it very well.
This is Dr. Tiffany, the vet, who does acupuncture as well, but no moxa because we don't want to burn their coats off. And I will say that just speaking to that fear, I actually became an acupuncturist and was practicing it before I allowed anybody to put a needle in me, because doctors are the biggest wusses ever about needles. Yeah. However, when I got acupuncture, I was amazed at the tiny, tiny needles and how minimally, in fact, I don't really feel the insertions. So believe me, once you have the acupuncture, you'll fall asleep and forget you got it. So it's great feeling.
Charlie, I've been using acupuncture for over 20 years, and for the last probably 3 years, very diligently, because I had a surgery where I was left with an incisional hernia, and that caused me to need some sort of anything other than a mesh surgery. So I went to acupuncture and moxa, and it really helps. Along with some heat, it keeps that in place. It keeps it tight and firm, and makes for faster healing. Because otherwise, you can end up with some serious problems. So we've got some great healers in this town.
Absolutely, yeah. No, it's no doubt that many people come to us after they've exhausted other measures, or maybe they don't want to pursue a Western medicine regimen and treats things naturally. We get it from both ends of the spectrum, and we were able to successfully help a lot of people that way.
Is stagnation different than poor circulation, and how do we avoid stagnation?
Stagnation sometimes is a result of injury. That's one of the things, and yeah, it does result in poor blood flow. Basically, when you get an injury, your body's evolutionary reaction to that is to cut off blood flow to that area. And when we get stiffness and tightness, this is a guarding mechanism that we get as well that goes with the discomfort. So it's all about trying to minimize that. Evolutionary, when you get an injury, it was often associated with infection. So our bodies are kind of programmed to isolate that infection, which is what the brain thinks it is, and decrease blood flow. But we often know that it can be caused by other things than infection, injuries, and internal problems as well. So we're trying to retrain the midbrain to say it's okay to let go and increase the blood flow back to that area. So that's what you're retraining when you're doing the acupuncture.
It seems to me, everything you've talked about, and this isn't a coverall, but it seems to me that the underlying root of all of this, almost all of it, not all of it, can be summed up in one word: inflammation. When you talk about the reduced circulation, something has inflamed to cut off the flow in some way or another. Is that fairly accurate?
Inflammation does come into play, not always, but when you do have the blood stagnate, heat can start to develop, dampness can start to accumulate in the body, and certainly inflammation can come from there. So I look at poor blood flow, stagnation as kind of being the underlying root to most of these disease processes and so forth. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, well, I was videoing you, but I had Terry Cooper's hands doing some mime thing going on, grabbing more sourdough bread, wiping butter on it and everything. So I can't put it up on Facebook, or I could send it to you for a laugh, because as we're passing around the sourdough bread. But listen, put your hands together. Thank you so much,
Thank
Charlie.
you. Thanks for having me.
Charlie.
Thank you.
Nothing for nothing. We're giving you bread. I gave you a T-shirt, and what do I get?
I'm ready to please anybody come by. We'd be happy to do a free pulse reading and get somebody ready to
say Teen Sports Radio, right?
Of course, Teen Sports Radio made this possible. Thank you for having me here.
Nice. Thank you so much, Charlie.
Thank you,
Let's
guys.
take a quick little break. Anybody needs a pulse reading, go see Charlie. And what's your address?
It is 1725 State Street. And again, you guys are welcome to come for our open house on November 12th, 3 to 6 p.m. It is 563-9977.
All right. Charlie Sciutto. God bless you, Charlie. Thank you so much. Let's take a little break. This is Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. We'll be back with more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday
at 9 a.m. How about that? Free pulse reading. Woo, I love Charlie. Teen Sports Radio rocks. So, like in a day, if you came up to visit Santa Barbara and you just knew Teen Sports Radio, you would get a free Buntini, you would get a free infrared, and now a free pulse reading. Talk to me. What do you say about that, Victoria? Woohoo!
About pulse reading?
That we have two Victorias in the house, but that's okay. No, Victoria, get back on there. You gave away all this bread everybody's eating.
Oh,
Sourdough bread lady is in the house. Woo!
Thank you, Erica. Thank you.
All right, you gave me about 25 copies of the edible Santa Barbara magazine.
It's
okay.
right here.
Okay.
They write about me.
Oh.
That. Here.
All right. Do you want to read it? Because you have such a great, sexy voice.
Oh, no.
No? You don't want me to read it? No.
You sound like Putin.
Right here.
Okay. All of the above-mentioned operators have Type B permits allowing them to sell to restaurants or stores, but some are content to only sell direct to their customers. Victoria Williamson! Woo! That name popped out. Recently obtained her Type A permit, calling herself the Sourdough Bread Lady. Dr. D does it best. Huh? You got to swallow first. Okay. The Sourdough Bread.
I love the sourdough bread lady.
Yeah. She makes breads of 3 types. Rye kamut blend and oat kamut blend and all kamut. Kamut is an ancient form of what is that word? Hybridized wheat. Okay, what is hybridized wheat? You could tell me.
Hybridized, it's another word for hybridized is genetically modified.
Okay.
That applies to wheat. Modern wheat is genetically modified, but that's why people... doctors now recommend, suggest that a person has a disease, celiac disease, and cannot digest it. But actually, it may be celiac disease was already formed due to eating wheat bread since childhood and developing it. But some people just refuse to eat wheat. They just want to be gluten-free. And they start feeling better just for not eating wheat. But I started making bread from kamut, which is ancient grain, and it has no problem with digestion. And now I found spelt bread, because most of the supplies were out of kamut. I decided to get spelt, which is more expensive. That's why I didn't want to get it.
Nobody knows what spelt is. I mean,
spelt
I know it.
Can you spelt it?
Spelt it spells like spelt, and it's also ancient grain, but it's more expensive, and because I wanted to save money on my expenses, I avoided it. But now I tried it, and it's so tasty. And I learned that spelt is even better than kamut. It digests much easier. It's just delicious, right?
It's wonderful. And one of the things that I learned becoming a health coach was how important our digestion is. And that's so much about how we feel, the hormones. There's so many things that are literally produced within our digestive tract.
Exactly.
So that's why this is so important that you have healthy digestion.
So what I do with this grain, I buy whole grain, I sprout it, I dehydrate it, make it into the flour, and I ferment it with the old sourdough starter, which makes it... sprouted, fermented spelt bread. I add sprouted flaxseed, which makes it nice and moist, and at the end I add the psyllium.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
This is how bread used to be in the old days, like even maybe 100 years ago. Everyone has lost track of some of these old habits of cooking that are so very healthy for you. Thank you so much.
Your bread is very delicious. And last time I was on, you were here, and I got to take a loaf home, and my husband absolutely loved it. He ate it for 2 days. That's all he ate with bread. With the jam and butter. And one of the first things he said is, and I think I shared this with you last time, he was like, "This reminds me of Russia."
Yeah.
Like chodny chlieb, and he absolutely loved the bread.
You can get. So my vision now is to find a supplier who I can get it cheaper, and I want to bake one bread, sell one bread and give one away. But so far I've been selling one and giving 5 away.
We need to work on that business model.
Yeah.
The only Russian bread that I'm familiar with, it's a holiday bread called Pascha.
It's a baked pastry.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But man, making those big old loaves, and they put the Byzantine cross on top and that kind of stuff. Oh, but it's great stuff. But
And then the pastor will
and bless it.
Bless it,
yeah.
yes.
And the basket. This is around Easter time.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good stuff.
I'm
But
Jewish, so I don't.
Can you make these in giant, big?
Yeah.
Well, I know
Put a
one
Star of
thing.
David on the top of it.
There you go.
Well,
There you go.
Victoria, we got Ryan Warner in the house, area unit director of Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and after he ate his first loaf, he actually prayed.
It's pretty amazing what you do. Yeah, my daughter eats that up. I have a big 15-month-old girl, and she loves it.
Oh yeah,
She loves it.
my grandson is 2. He eats my bread since he started eating solid foods, and he just loves it when he sees my bread. He's, oh, Grandma's bread! I like it.
That is awesome. Well, we love you.
That would be a great title for your bread, Grandma's bread.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So
That's
can I say so?
yeah.
Okay, if you know of supplier or if you know anybody who can help me to get the grain for more affordable price, you can email me at sourdoughbreadlady@gmail.com. sourdoughbreadlady@gmail.com. I hope you know how to spell it.
Yeah, there you go. Well, another success story, T Sports Radio. Now that you're in the edible Santa Barbara magazine, it never ends. I told you to keep coming back. Keep coming back. Things happen when you're on the show.
Thank you, Erica and
I'm
Mr.
serious.
D. You're the greatest inspiration for me.
That's really sweet. But honestly, what you have is of a value, and you're educating our kids.
Yeah.
And we need to bring that back. You know what I mean?
I
So-
do want kids that parents don't feed the bread like that, like my daughter. She is able to give it to my grandson. I would like to give it to those kids so they know how food, nutritious food tastes.
Next thing we're going to do is we're going to do a YouTube video at my house.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what we're going to do. We're going to make some, and it's going to be awesome. It'll go viral.
I would like to see it in the school system.
Yeah, that would be nice.
And I can see Saul Alcaraz of Santa Barbara Art Glass making bowls or pans, not to cook it in, but to put the bread in and display it on the table.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Sourdough bread lady.
Well,
pan.
next year,
Next
we've
to the
got
bush.
Victoria in the house, and I know her little brain is spinning. She'll put something together for us. It's all about educating our girls, huh?
It is, and being healthy and eating healthy, nutrition is really critical, especially when you think about the affordable food that's out there for kids and families who don't have a lot. It's not healthy, as you know. A lot of it is junk food. It's cheaper to go to fast food restaurants than it is to buy vegetables and cook a healthy meal.
Yeah, and the spelled grain, actually, I just learned that it's good for autistic kids and the people with schizophrenia. When they give up wheat and substitute it with spelt, their symptoms go away.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Nice.
That's a pretty big pronouncement.
Yes, that's what I just learned.
How does it work for cellulite?
Eventually, it will
$1 million business there.
Thank you, Victoria! Hey, folks, we got a lot more in the house. This is Erica Salda. Enjoy the new commercials. Thank you again, Dr. D. All these commercials you're listening to are donated, all right?
DOUGH.
That's it. Donated just because of the love that we have in this community. All right, thank you. We will be back with more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Saul, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday,
9 a.m. If you missed this broadcast, guess what? Well, you wouldn't have missed it, right? Because everyone's listening to this show. All right. So we rebroadcast it 3 more times. 11 o'clock Tuesday, Sunday at 2, and Terry Cooper's favorite 3 a.m. on Monday.
We'll meet you in the kitchen for a piece of spelt bread.
There you go. I love that. God, she's awesome. All right. We got Ryan in the house. Woo!
What's up, guys?
Thank you, Fellowship of Christian Athletes. And who'd you bring today?
Today we brought one of my wife Brittany's and ours favorite leaders in all of town. We have Jamie Stryker. She is one of many leaders at San Marcos High School for Fellowship of Christian Athletes there, and she does an amazing job there. She's an all-star water polo player, and she is just doing great there at school. And we wanted to just highlight her and what her team's doing with FCA and what her team's doing with water polo also. So, Jamie, What's up?
Nothing much.
Is this your first time on a radio show?
Yeah, it's my first time on a radio show, so I'm pretty nervous.
You're doing great. You're doing
I'm
great.
really excited.
So, Jamie, last year you were a sophomore, and you were on the varsity team of a team that went very far in CIF.
Yeah.
Championship level. What was that experience like?
Yeah, it was really crazy. I definitely felt very privileged to be able to play with some very talented players that are actually on like U.S. national team. So I was really excited, and I was very excited that we made it. We got 3rd place in CIF, which was really exciting. Yeah, it was a tough loss at the end, but I think that our team, we did really well, and I was really proud of how we pulled it off.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You guys work harder than any other team at that school, I think. And
Thank you.
I think Chucky's part of that.
Yeah.
Your coach is a stud. What would you like Chucky to know about how he's doing?
Oh my gosh. So Chucky is what we call him because he has an amazing chuckle, his laugh. So that's where he got that from. Brian Roth is his name. He's the coach at San Marcos High School. And he also is coaching at City College right now. And he's a really amazing guy, and he cares about us more than any other coach does. And it's really amazing how much of his time and his effort he invests into our lives. And we wouldn't be there if it weren't for him.
That's awesome. What's the fire like on your team right now? You're coming straight from lifting after school. So what's it like before the season? How's the prep going?
Yeah, well, we're definitely not taking a break. We practice every day. And we're also, most of the varsity team, actually all the varsity team is also playing club. We have double days, and when season starts, we'll probably have triple workout days. Right. So, yeah.
And what does that look like? So I didn't play water polo. What does a practice look like?
Okay, so basic water polo practice will probably look like a basic swim warm-up in the beginning. So like 200, which is like 8 laps. And after that, we'll do our 100 mixer. It's like a mixture of kicking and different kinds of strokes. And then we'll start with passing to warm up. To start like throwing and shooting muscles.
I'm exhausted already.
Yeah, this is like 15 minutes in. Wow. And it's usually like a 2.5 hour practice.
Wow.
Yeah. So then depending on what we need to practice, we'll do shooting drills, or we'll practice our 6-on-5, which is, I don't know how to explain that.
How do you find balance in your life as a high school student, as an athlete? As a daughter?
Yeah. Honestly, I wake up in the morning every day at 5 a.m. and I read my Bible. And then if I didn't finish my homework the night before, I'll try to do that in like 15 minutes. And then I will get ready for practice. And I don't eat before practice. I eat after practice because it messes up your stomach. And then off to practice for an hour and a half, and then to school. And I don't think anyone else understands what we go through at school because we're trying to juggle all the stress of practice and then learn at the same time. And then after school, we'll get back in the pool or do a land workout. So, yeah, I don't really know how we do it. It just becomes a lifestyle after a while.
So what inspired you to pick water polo as your thing?
Oh, you guys are going to laugh. So I must have tried every single sport: tennis, soccer, gymnastics. I tried a lot of different things. And, I got in the pool and I tried it, and I really liked the fact that I could get all my anger out without being yelled at by my mom. So I ended up choosing water polo because it was the one sport where I could be aggressive, and I liked it. And it was the one sport that I actually really was passionate about. And I don't know why, it just happened.
How many years have you been playing?
I've been playing for almost 8 years now.
Is it like brutal? Like there's no cameras underneath the water, but is there a lot of like a girl? I mean, you watch it underneath like for guy. Is there a lot of shoving and kicking? I mean, when no one's looking. I mean, yeah, there is. Huh?
Yeah, there is.
Okay.
Yeah, and a lot of times the refs don't call it because they don't see it, or they just. I mean, it really doesn't matter that much.
This is also the Christian athletes that do the kicking.
Yeah.
It's like if you kept like going, like would it matter?
I mean,
not really. I mean, if you start crying, people look at you like you're weird because there's no crying in water polo. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
Do you want to give some shout outs to some fellow water polo teammates?
Water polo teammates. I don't know. Shout out to Brittany Prentice. She's another awesome leader at FCA, and she's looking at colleges this weekend. Actually, she's the FCA leader, varsity water polo. She's actually like one of the people that I look up to most in life, just because she's like where I want to be.
So you want to play in college?
I do want to play in college. Yeah, I'm not sure where yet. It all depends. I actually had I had like a shoulder surgery 6 months ago almost, and so I'm still recovering from that. But I'm definitely looking into college. I'm just not sure where I'm going to be.
Would you determine the college you go to based on your ability to play water polo, or would it be a nice addition, but your choice for the school would be based on academics or scholastics?
That's a really tough question. I'm just gonna pray about it, to be honest. It is so stressful sometimes to think about that, and yeah, I don't know. I have a good academic record, and so I could go to a Division I school for water polo with maybe an academic scholarship, or I could go to a lower academic school and just play water polo there. I'm not exactly like sure which one I'm going to choose. I'm not sure like what level water polo
It'll come to you, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? The comment about praying on things, that is so beautiful and so helpful. So many times where we have a question in our life, whatever our belief in life, or even if we have a view of maybe quantum physics, just putting it out there and saying, hey, what's the best thing? It just makes magic happen.
Beautiful. Mm-hmm. Hey, thank you so much. I got some parting gifts for you, so stick around.
Okay, all right? Thank you.
This is Erica Salda. We've got more. Stay tuned after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in every single Tuesday at 9 a.m. Victoria. How are you?
I'm well. I'm excited to introduce my guest.
Yes.
So my guest is the executive director of Santa Barbara Pell, Michelle Pal, Michelle Meyering.
Nice.
And she actually runs an organization that focuses on teen sports.
Welcome, Michelle.
Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you for having me, Victoria. I actually met Victoria when I first moved out here. From Georgia almost 3 years ago. I was working for PAL, not in the executive director position, but we were running a basketball camp down at Girls Inc. Carp, and we did not have a coach for the elementary age, and I went and did it. Mm-hmm. So
wow.
I have a background in exercise science and coaching kids, and that's how we first met.
Yes.
Was with a bunch of young girls on the basketball courts. So I'm very happy that she asked me to come today and talk about PAL. We do great work with the teens in Santa Barbara. Actually, our teen center is around the corner from you all on Victoria and Chapala. So we work with 11 through 18 years of age.
Nice.
And yeah.
You have a lot of events coming up, and what are those?
I will be out at the Courthouse Foundation. Actually has a mini golf tournament this weekend, so they offered a booth to me. One of the holes will be at hole number 2 out there promoting PAL. We just had our Menudo Festival. But we have, with our sports, we used to run the sports on all the middle school campuses. So anybody who heard of PAL before, that's where we were. And we've had to kind of regroup and make some changes. So now most of our programs are out of the teen center.
Nice. That's
and
beautiful.
What's really neat about her program and your organization is that you offer sports at no cost, and so you're really opening the door for hundreds, thousands of kids in our community, because to play sports, especially club sports, we know
right.
that costs money. So you're really opening many doors for kids.
Yeah.
So
how do we get a hold of you?
sbpal.org is our website, so you can find all the information there. Most of the sports we do right now are a lot of individual. We have jiu-jitsu once a week and golf and 2 different dance classes, flamenco and I'm going to probably mispronounce it,
What are the ages? What are the ages?
11 through 18.
Okay, fantastic.
So, and they come after school, and we're really big on the whole, child.
Right.
So we hope to see that what they learn through sports, the teamwork and the discipline. I mean, waking up at 5 a.m, my goodness.
We have 2 spots left, and as a gift to you from Teen Sports Radio, we'd like to donate a commercial to the Police Athletic League. Put your hands together.
Thank you.
So all you got to do is we could hook, up. I mean, Victoria will tell you how easy it is, okay? And they'll make an appointment with.
Great.
He's a genius, okay? Put your hand. Everybody got to love Dr. D. Dr. D, we're at it. We're at the end again. How can we be doing this? This is the hour flies, right? Mm-hmm. So listen, I got to just send a lot of love out to Santa Barbara, and easiest thing to say. Please tune in. We'll see you next week.